Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. What's up everyone? Finally, I have a place where I can work, do different projects, paint canvases, make my devices without disturbing anyone at home. So, about my devices. Do you remember my color mixer? Those who see this device for the first time, you can watch these two videos on my channel. So, I didn't like how my device worked. In general, the device worked, but I didn't like how these lines looked. The lines were very dirty, not as good as from the spray cans, and I decided to improve it a little, finish it, to make it work perfectly, because the idea of this device, it's not bad, right? So, in my first video the tube was too thin and... oh my god! I changed it to a new one and continued painting. Yes, the device worked, but I didn't like how to look these dirty lines. Classic. In my second video, I changed the tube to a little bit thicker one. The tube withstood the pressure, but the line stayed as dirty as in the first video. Question: why? Maybe this line dirty due to the fact that the inner diameter of the tube is too big. I will show you. Look, this tube is from the first video. This one from the second video. And this is the tube that I'm going to use in this video. The walls of this tube are thick enough to withstand the pressure from the spray cans, and the inner diameter is thin to obtain the maximum possible pressure in the tube, to keep the line as clean as possible. I hope so. I also made a new remote control. This is my old remote, and as you can see, I can press only one button at a time. Pressing two buttons at the same time to mix colors is very uncomfortable, and pressing 3 or 4 buttons with one hand at the same time is absolutely impossible. To be honest guys, pressing buttons with one hand and painting with the other hand at the same time, it's not that easy guys. I talked about this in my first video. This is the same shit like this. Two different things at the same time. It's like, I don't know, it's like painting for the first time, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I could use an Arduino, study the principle of its operation, write the code so that the colors can automatically switch by themselves at a certain time interval, but I don't know, I want to control this process myself, you know? And one more thing about this remote. When I press one button and then want to press the second button, at that moment there is a small pause and the pressure supply becomes weaker. And this can also be the reason for such a dirty line. When I worked on this remote, I was thinking about its design and how to make it convenient pressing multiple buttons at the same time in one hand. But now I can make a remote control in a 3D program and print it on a 3D printer. Okay, what should be the design of the remote control so that it's convenient to hold it in one hand, and it will be possible to press not only one button but 2, 3 or 4 buttons at the same time to mix colors while painting. And I decided to take different things in my hand to understand what I need, what will be comfortable to hold it in my hand. Until I took in my hand this charger for my phone. This is the perfect design variant for my remote. I made a similar design in a 3D program, ordered 3D printing and new buttons for it. So guys, let's assemble my new remote control. For comfortable painting, I decided to connect the tube from the device to the tube inside the can. And when I went to do tests on the first day, I had a problem with the paint supply. I didn't understand why. After an hour, I understand that nothing will work and I went home. I changed the tube system that connects all 4 cans, and I also replaced the tube with one that has a bigger inner diameter. The same tube that was in my second video. But that was not the problem at all. The device did not work again for some reason and I went home. At that moment I thought, for the sake of some color line, I spent so much time and effort, and when you understand that nothing will come of it, I decided to try again. I cut a bit off this part of the pistons that held the tubing system, so that they can move freely without holding the pipes. I still decided to replace the tube with a new one, thicker but with a small inner diameter. And when I decided to recharge my batteries at home to go the next day to do tests, it turned out that one battery died. It was just the conductors. Instead of 11 volts, I had 7 volts, that the pistons might not have enough power to hold the tube system for a full supply of paint from the cans. But maybe the problem was not this, maybe 7 volts will be enough. I don't know, this needs to be clarified. Okay guys, the device works as I need, and now I can finally move on, as I have many ideas on how to improve this device even more, and I also have many ideas for other projects. And I want to thanks to my patrons who helped me a lot. You have no idea guys how you helped me now. I really appreciated your support, and to be honest, it's very hard to make content right now, make positive content for you when such terrible things are happening in my country right now. This is insane what's going on right now, and these 2 years, and how this year started to Ukraine, but unfortunately this is reality today. But I will try to continue to make content for you guys. Sorry that now I release videos less often than before, but now I finally have a place where I can work. But all this in my next videos. Bye.